Hi, this is Brad Willis. I'm the moderator of the MetalStorm fan group. We're located on Facebook at www.facebook.com/groups/MetalStorm fan group. A bit north of 600 members as of this particular moment, and it's a great place to get to know your fellow MetalStorm players. Now, speaking of which, I got a request from one of them to do review on actually two planes, Firefly, which I just did and I'm about to upload, and Striker. And I thought that I had done one on both, but I didn't find them. So I thought, well, okay, I'll go ahead and do them, and I guess if they're already up there, it's just a duplicate, but I didn't see them, so let's presume that I didn't. So let's go ahead and do that, because both of those are interesting planes, and especially Striker, I think, which I've got on my screen right now, is especially interesting. First of all, looks kind of cool, I think, with the black and very stealthy looking, so although I don't know why they didn't add stealth to the statistics, since it is kind of a stealth fighter, I guess, but they didn't, but that's fine. But the stats that are there are typically helpful. Okay, they're all useful statistics. So where I reviewed Firefly, there were some that weren't really all that useful, or at least one in particular. Here, they're all pretty helpful. So let's talk a little about them and talk about this plane. As you can see, Striker is an agility class plane. Has damage of plus 12, amongst the better in class, very helpful. Speed, very helpful, plus 12%. And you need that speed to get into the dogfight where you use agility to your advantage. So that is very, very useful in this plane. Armor is also helpful. These planes go boom pretty easily, so even though that's not a huge boost, any little bit of armor that you have is certainly useful. And agility at a plus 13, very useful. Not best in class, but up there. The only thing really missing, and something I use a lot, as I mentioned in the other video, is energy. I tend to maneuver a lot. This plane does not have extra energy, so you really do have to monitor your energy settings, I should say. But you have armor in its place, so at least that's good for something. So stats are generally pretty solid, with the exception of energy, but you can't have everything, I guess, right? So having said all of that, let's go ahead and play a match with this particular plane. Now again, this is a plane I used to use a lot. I haven't really been using it much lately, but it's not that it's bad. It's just, I'll use like either Sky Demon in weapons class or Warlord in agility class. But this is a very respectable plane. So we're gonna do an auto match, and we'll see who we get matched up with. And while we're waiting, I'm looking at myself in the iPad, and geez, it's kind of scary. I wish I'd hurry up and get a game here. You can see a reflection in your iPad. It's not pretty, I'll tell you that. Fortunately, you can't see that. So, but anyway, okay, here we go. So I don't know what the heck is that, Tetris or what? So we got whatever that is a weapons class plane with coin weapons. My objective is to stay out of his wheelhouse and keep from getting hit. So I'd like him to burn up some of his energy first. I'm just going to try to, what I'm trying to do is maintain a good distance from him, not let that arrow get too small. I'm chasing the arrow. He wants to open up distance and hit me with Bizno, so I'm trying to keep him from doing that. And then I'm trying to opportunistically take some shots at him here. So for right now, I'm just trying to stay out of his way. I'd like to also frustrate him, and I'd like him to make a mistake. And I'd like to be able to take advantage of that mistake. So what we're going to do is come around real hard right now. He doesn't expect it. We'll try to hit him with a couple of missiles. And then we're going to stay on that throttle. And again, try not to let that arrow, you see I'm chasing that arrow. I try to maintain a certain distance from it. And I just don't want him to open up with me on coin weapons. Now we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to come around very, very hard and try to get a couple of shots on him. I probably should have hit him with a cannon a little, which I did not. And same thing there, but I didn't get a lock. And by now he's probably getting a little frustrated. There's some cannon. There you go, my friend. And we're going to build up that energy a little. I got to stay on that gas again. When that arrow, I couldn't get him. I thought he presented a little opportunity there. He made a mistake. And we got him again. Critical strike. Double the damage you saw, and we got him. We've taken no damage. Now we got to be ready to get on that throttle, and you see he got a great spawn right in front of me. All I could do is throttle hard. Now this is going to just be about staying away from him. All we're going to do is stay away from him. You see the position of the arrow. If I have a shot, I'll take it. I'm really not worried about that. What I'm more worried about is going boom, and I don't want to go boom. I want him to lose. So we're going to follow that arrow, just kind of stay close to it. My energy still seems pretty good, even though I don't have a lot. He's going to, in a moment, he should start getting kind of desperate and start just cranking out whatever he can at me. I knew I didn't have a shot there. I just want to keep him honest, when he got in the picture a little bit. I'm going to roll toward the arrow. Again, we want to keep it close and he was at a weird angle there. Otherwise, he actually would have had a shot on me. But the speed of this plane is really kind of helping me stay out of his wheelhouse. Now he has opened up quite a bit there. I'm going to roll down toward it because I realized that he was almost in a position for a shot there. And I'm just staying on that. I'm trying not to lose my energy here. Now you can see that it's actually holding up okay despite the lack of an energy boost. I'll just roll toward him, go to 0, we'll go forward, and we should have a win. And we do, Mr. War Angel. So, you know, that was the game against our friend, Mr. War Angel 55, who was using, again, superior weaponry. Had a pretty tough plane, and I think he did a good job on it. You know, he was doing his best to hit us, and he did once when he got that spawn right in front of my nose. But you know, again, we did our best to stay out of his wheelhouse. So let's talk about the plane. You know, hey, it's a good plane, right? It's one of the better agility class, no question. Yeah, and the main reason I'd say is because every statistic is useful. There's no throwaway stats on this plane, and the handling characteristics are stable. So it is a good plane to fly, and it's a good plane to blow people up with. Now again, with agility class, you won't typically do some of the damage that you can with weapons class. Like when I play weapons class, when I get lucky, I mean, I can, you know, sometimes win 4, 5, 6, 7 to nothing, you know, when I get lucky. That's tough to do, but you do get those. You're not usually going to get those kind of games with agility class. You know, you have to be very tactical. And that's what we were in this game, as you could see. You know, we took our opportunities as they presented themselves. We stayed out of their wheelhouse, out of their sights, and ultimately we did come away with the win. So, that is your review on Stryker. It is a plane that's, I would say, highly recommended. It's quite good. It's quite good. I do like it. It's one of my favorite planes, even though I don't use it all that often. So if you like to fly agility class, and hopefully you picked up some agility technique, especially for some of the newer players, you know, you could see kind of what I do a lot of times. It's great to want to be macho and just get in front of somebody and blast away, but especially when you're playing someone, you know, weapons class with coin weapons, boy, if you do that, you're just cooked. You know, it might feel good, well, it won't feel good once you go boom. So what you got to do is, again, you know, you have to be very opportunistic, and you have to use that speed and use that agility to stay out of their way. And again, once that arrow starts to get small, you know, or you start to see that big gap, especially between you and that arrow, you need to make up that ground. So that means you need to move toward the arrow, you need to accelerate, and you need to stay very, very tight. And then that's hopefully what's going to let you win, staying tight and in that dogfight. Again, review on Stryker. Very good plane. Do recommend it. As always, if you have any questions or comments, you can post them here on YouTube in the remarks section. I do thank you for your time, and as usual, we'll see you in the skies playing MetalStorm.